But I don't want to leave this podium without talking about the numbers. Okay, we have 2.3 million private water wells in Pennsylvania. That's the most in the nation. More than any place in the country. Pennsylvanians know what it means to live off of a private water well, a water source. Not a water pipeline, not city water, not municipal water, not town water. Your water from your ground. That's who you are. I do, in the Upper Delaware. You have 2.3 million of those people across PA. What would it cost to replace all that water? What would it cost to put water buffaloes or water pipelines? The water buffalo, the fastest growing species in Pennsylvania. Right? What would it cost to replace all that? Well, luckily, we have a template for that calculation. In Dimmitt, before Tom Corbett took office, Governor Ed Rendell sent his liaison, Lance Simmons, to Dimmitt. And he asked the citizens, what do they need? They said, well, our water's contaminated, we don't care about money, we just want water. So they came up with a plan, Penvest, to create a water line for the 18 families. The cost of the water line for the 18 families was $12 million. 13 water wells went bad in Dimmitt, according to the PADEP. The limit was 7 parts per million of methane in your water. That meant your water being contaminated. It was proven by PADEP. It was proven by John Hanger. And in the transition to power, right, the moment the 2010 election turned, right when this was happening, all of a sudden the whole deal got put away. They paid the Dimmitt families off, gave them $4 million, said go home. The $12 million water line, which would have created a precedent in Pennsylvania for water replacement, was killed. Now, $12 million for 13 bad gas wells. The science from the industry tells us that 5% of the gas wells will go bad immediately upon drilling and 50% over 30 years. 5% immediately, and the PADEP statistics bear this out. 6.2% in 2010, 6.2% in 2011, and 7.2% for the records they've had in 2012. Now, if Teddy Borowski at the PADCNR is correct, and his projection is 180,000 wells, we're doing the math, right? This is Bill Clinton time, right? We're doing the arithmetic. 180,000 gas wells times 5% immediate contamination rate times $1 million replacement in water, initial replacement per well. It's $1 trillion. That's the start. That's what Pennsylvania's water is worth. In money. Now, I don't know how much the play is worth according to those guys across the street. Their short-term gain. We have a long, long, sad history of exploitation in Pennsylvania for energy. Ask anybody out in southwestern Pennsylvania about which of their grandparents were shot by the Rockefellers in the coal mine protest of that decade. You know, it doesn't take a long memory to remember this stuff. But that's what those people are over across the street. They're robber barons, and they want to cost you $1 trillion and then some, because that's the low end figure. Based on what Penvest and John Hanger and Ed Rendell said it was going to cost to replace 18 people's water. 18 families' water. And one last number. The PADEP and Dimmitt said that they had contaminated 9 square miles. 9 square miles times 5% times 180,000 gas wells is 90,000 square miles, give or take. Twice the size of the state. The state's 46,000 square miles. Now, it's worth a lot of money to them. But this is the state of Pennsylvania. And it's here, and we're here because we love it. And we're here because we depend on the water. What they're doing across the street is nothing short of ensuring that we won't have water in the future that we can depend on in the way that we're doing now. And nothing short of a hostile takeover of the state. And from what I've seen and heard, this is a fraction of what I understand is happening across the state. And I've spent the last 4 years crisscrossing PA and all over the country. It's the same all over. So let's just keep it really clear. These people are stealing your future, and they're stealing your present. And they can afford to rent out the convention center across the street to make a big show about economic development. But what it really